Good morning, YouTube. So as per the usual, the healing intentions are always set. Go ahead and breathe them in if you so choose for your highest and greatest good only and always. So let's get started. I just did a video. It's uploading. Well, it's all uploaded. And now it's processing over there on Rumble. And so they got me right out of the gate with this reading. And I was like flying high. So they got me pretty excited. I hope that I didn't listen to the video after I took it. I hope it's not too much rambling, because I will tell you I got pretty excited with this. I have to water this down for you guys a bit. But I want to bring you the information because it's pretty cool. So I had a question asked the other day. I can't remember if it was asked on Rumble or if it was asked on YouTube. But the question was, look into the 10 days of darkness because solar power and things like that won't be able to be used. So that's how I started this reading. I know that I've already checked on the 10 days of darkness, and we had gotten in the past that it said that we were going to go through 10 days of darkness. But just because we got that in the past doesn't mean that the energy is still that today, because that was quite a while ago, I think. And so I just had to do a double check. Will that actually happen? Is that something that we're going to experience for real? And what I got was the Knight of Pentacles. So that would be a yes, you guys, because this is a dark horse, right? And this is about the earth, and this is about 10 days. So about 10 days of darkness here on the earth. Okay, so that's our yes. Now, so then I had this big conversation about our lights going out, right? So is this going to, like, are we going to be with no power, what we consider power, for 10 days? And what I got was this Page of Cups, which means that we're looking at more feeling than we're looking at actual darkness, the real darkness, okay? And of course, you know, we do have daylight, so there is that as well. But yeah, it's going to be more of a feeling, okay? So I was like, all right, can you please give me a story around that? Because at that point, I needed a story so that I could ask more questions, right? So I got that we've done some groundwork. We have this piece left here to ground into earth, ground it into earth. So keep that in mind, you guys, as we move about this reading. To be victorious and move us out of this troubled water, which are swords, so that's technology, words, etc. Keep that in mind also, right? So we have to break some new ground. We've done the groundwork. Now this is one piece to break in, ground into earth, for us to be victorious here. This is like he's gone out to battle. He's come in. He's celebrating, okay? So he's done battle. So laying this groundwork was actually a battle that they've done, and they've got this one piece left. They're celebrating about moving us out of this troubled water, okay, which is technology. So in order to do this, they're going to have to bind the technology for a bit to bring us in something completely new, And this journey is being brought in through the heavens. You can see that there are clouds around this, so it's brand new. And it's moving in fast, and it's not coming from the earth, it's coming from the sky. Keep that in mind as well, okay? And then we go over here, and this is, again, a battle. You can see that he's in the old days. He's suited up. He's got bandages on his head. It's a battle. They've won a battle. They've done the groundwork. This is victorious to move us out of this troubled water. Bind this technology, bring in something new in this battle. We're going to have to still things for a bit. Yes, we're going to have to still the lights, but it's going to bring forth wish fulfillment in this WAR. I asked if I got that right. I got the Empress. Yes, I got that right. So, of course, with this WAR, you have to think, right? I have to make sure of some things. So, in days past, when there was a WAR, people were asked to turn their lights off, to still their lights at a certain time. So I asked if this WAR, even though it looks like it's all technology, right? And we know we're in a technology WAR. So the WAR battling all of this technology, and that's what we hear constantly. This is a different type of WAR. This is censoring our words and not letting us think different than others, and tapping into our technology to do things. I can't say those things here, but you know what I'm saying. So the technology, and also it all spies on us, and you know how it is. So that's how it is, right? So I wanted to know, though, even though it's looking like it's all about the technology, I needed to make sure that we weren't going to experience like what looks like a WAR for real, because we did hear in a reading or two back that, or three back or whatever, can't remember, but it did say the next scary thing that would be being said would be a lot of WAR rhetoric. And rhetoric is also a vibration, and we know that this WAR that we're in is all about vibrations, words, thoughts, the ego of the maniacs, and technology, right? And what they do with it to use it against us. But I needed to make sure that it wasn't going to be like something physical that we were going through, right? So over here with that, I got the High Priestess. She's a very high frequency card. She's magic, so she uses energy. So we're still talking about energy, but we also have this and this. So we know it's a battle between the dark and the light, and we also know that yes and no to that question. The yes is, yes, this is about technology, and no, it's not about a real looking WAR. So it's not, during this period of time of the darkness, it's not going to appear to be something that looks like the rhetoric that we're going to be hearing. It's not going to look like we're being, like we're having explosive things dropped on us or whatever. This is all about frequency, and it's about grounding that frequency into earth. It's about mastery and many tools, okay? And it's about people working together to end a cycle here on the earth, okay? So I asked for them to give us a story about what's ending. And look at this, you guys. I got all frequency cards. So they're bringing us something straight, which is a fresh technology with integrity, and it's strong. So it's really all about our power and our technology and how we use that, right? And this is really strong, and she's also a high frequency. She's taken, you got to remember this is also important in this reading. She's taken her weaknesses and she's turned them into strength, and it's very high vibrational. It comes from the heavens. Keep this in mind as well. So then I asked if I had read these two things correctly, and I got the Fool. And so that would be my yes, but that's also, you guys, they gave me another really high frequency card with this. I mean, he's looking to the heavens. Keep that in mind. And this dog is keeping him grounded into earth, okay? So keep that in mind, because this is really important. He's looking to the heavens, and the dog's keeping him grounded into earth. The Magician is pulling energy from the heavens and grounding it into earth, okay? All about energy, people working together to do this, right? Bringing it to us straight, fresh technologies with integrity, and they are strong. Very high frequency, you guys. You guys are actually probably getting a better reading than they did over on Rumble, because I was too excited. I was super excited with this. All right. So keep all of that in mind, okay? So then of course, I'm pretty excited at this point, because what this reading is telling me thus far is that this 10 days of darkness is all about bringing us these new, fresh technologies, which is what you guys got for a reading yesterday on YouTube, right? We were told about the fresh technologies. So this 10 days of darkness is all about that, you guys. It's all about bringing that new stuff into us. And yesterday we got that it's moving fast. I really had to do some breathing before I came on here with you guys, because I was practically jumping up and down here in my kitchen with excitement. Because I know in my heart what these new technologies mean. And I can feel that this is like the beginning of something so much better for us. And so yeah, literally, practically jumping up and down here in my kitchen. Rumble got me on talk about a high frequency. Rumble got me on a very excited high frequency this morning. So anyways, now I need to know, like, because this all sounds so good, right? So now I really need to know, is this our timeline? Like, I want to make sure that I'm tapping in to the correct timeline, because at this point I'm flying so high that I wanted to make sure that I wasn't tapping into another timeline, right? Because I'm flying so high at this point, what if I'm tapping into a timeline that's above us and it's not ours, right? So I'm like, so I'm tapping into my own timeline, the timeline that I will, that I am living on, the timeline that I will experience, my timeline, right? This is my timeline. And so what I got is basically we've started something new on the timeline. We ending things on our timeline and something new is coming in. Basic, right? Keep this in mind too. This is my basic card. Okay? Something new is coming in. Super, super victorious. This is as good as it gets with the sun. Okay, you guys? And it's mastered. So keep this in mind because we're talking about technology here, right? So this so we've been in the basic technology phase. Basics. We've been given the basics. Even though we think we've advanced, we've been given the basics. It's old technology that we've been using, and we're bringing something fresh in, something really good with a lot of life and passion there. Really, high frequency with this flame, right? That's a flame there. That's not a flower, it's a flame. So really super, super, super powerful. It's mastery. It's mastery with this magician. So we're going from basic to something that's like super high frequency, that's mastery, okay? So I was like, okay, I just need a little more, please. So over here, tell me, because, the basic and the new, and I needed more, right? So I get another technology card. Now keep this in mind, because I've already said to you guys that, she is high vibrational, right? She's using energy. He's a master. He's grounding it from heaven into earth. Okay? She's bringing it strong from heaven into earth. She's taken her weaknesses and turned them to strengths from heaven, grounding it into earth. And then again, he is looking to the heavens, and that dog is keeping him grounded to the earth. And then over here, we're going from basic to mastery, right? And then over here, we've got more technology to finish that story. And what's going on here? This information, this technology is dangerous. She's nearly falling out the window. She will get hurt on this technology. Sorry, guys. And the moon, which is above, is coming down, pulling in energy from above into her crown. So he's blowing that energy down into her crown to straighten her out. So that she's not messing with this dangerous technology. All right, so we're getting technology from above. You guys have figured that out, right? From above, grounding it into earth. So, Space Force, the satellites, the new technology. All right, so then this journey here, this dangerous technology, and shifting gears here so that this information from above can straighten her out and make her safe so that she's not using the dangerous stuff, the basic stuff, has been being nurtured for a bit now. So she's pregnant, right? So this journey has been nurtured for a bit. And it's because it's just. It's justice serving. So what I'm hearing here, is that the technology that we're using today is basic, and it's actually dangerous. And we know that we're in a technology WAR. And we know that this dangerous and basic technology that we've been using is used against us. They can hack our phones. They can hack our accounts. They can stop our bank accounts. They can hack our systems that we go and we place our opinion of who it is that we want to help us run our... I'm going to pause a few minutes, and now I'm going to say country, right? They do all sorts of things. They could shut off our power grid at any moment. We're left to their devices, right? Our technology that they give us is basic, and it's actually dangerous. It's dangerous. We heard what they were trying to do with the 5G, right? We know all these things, right? We know these things. So, and this is the type of WAR that we've been in, you guys. So, all right, I wanted more from this. So I laid down some more cards, and I got, we should be celebrating, okay? We should be celebrating. Everything that we need to know at this time of the darkness, we're going to get via our media. So that would be our... probably our EBS, right? EAS, whatever you want to call it. It's when they're going to broadcast to us about all of this stuff. So we're going to get it via the media and probably get it all over the world. And it's brought to us by the white hats. All right. And then I went through that reading, and I asked if I had delivered this message correctly. And I did. I'm on point, on path here with the message that I'm giving you. Okay. So, unfortunately, we didn't really get an answer to the particular question. And I get so excited with learning that this is what the 10 Days of Darkness is all about, you guys. It's about breaking down that old system that we use here on the earth. That's really basic and actually pretty dangerous. And it's about grounding in the new technology. So that will be when that new technology is all up and running. And that's pretty freaking exciting. And the reading that I did for you guys yesterday on YouTube was all about, we were getting some new technologies brought to us, and it was going to come in fast. So I didn't actually, I got so excited, I didn't actually answer the question. She wanted to know what to do. But listen, you're going to be given instructions as to what to do. And so here's just my bit of being a country bumpkin and growing up the way that I grew up in the time and the era that I grew up. We've gotten really spoiled with all of this technology that we use every day. Even though it's basic, it feels pretty good to just be able to flick a switch or turn on a light or, turn some faucets and take your shower. We've gotten pretty spoiled. My mother grew up in a time where she did her homework by lantern. Okay, my mother and my father both. So she did her homework by lantern light, and she lugged water every day for her mother. And so, we've gotten pretty spoiled with our niceties, and I am too. I like things the way they are. I like to be able to just throw my laundry in the machine. But there was a time in 1998 where we experienced quite an ice storm down here. In my neighborhood, and I mean, we have power outages all the time. That's probably another thing, that's so damn basic. The power outages are constant in my area. You get a wind or an accident or, a little snow, and we don't have power. So I'm really accustomed to not having power and having it go out. that basic technology that's kind of dangerous, because when the power goes out in the winter and you've got old people that don't have an alternative form of heat, or anybody that doesn't have an alternative form of heat, it can be dangerous, right? But yeah, we had a massive ice storm in 98 where my neighborhood, we lost our power for 14 days. But I didn't have power for 21, and this is why. Because in that ice storm, a branch had fallen onto the line that comes from the transformer that delivers power to the transformer that then delivers power into my house. So across the road, there's a transformer. There are lines coming in to another transformer that then there are lines coming into my home to give me power. And there was a branch on that line. So when our crew was restoring power in my neighborhood, they took the bucket loader up and they turned my switch off to that transformer that feeds power into my home. So I didn't have power. The rest of the neighborhood did. Now the tree service had to come and remove the tree branch off the lines that come across my property that bring the power to the second transformer, right? So they did that probably 3 days after my neighborhood got power. But listen, the whole state of Maine didn't have power. So, CMP wasn't going to have these crews stop at my house after they've put in 13, 14, 15 hours restoring power all over the state to get on the bucket loader and flick that switch until they'd gotten most of Maine taken care of. So I ended up not having power here for 21 days, which then I didn't have plumbing for another 7 days either. But that's a different piece of the story, because the plumbing had frozen up over that 21 day period of time. Only because, I live in a trailer, and it was, if anybody lives in a trailer, you understand that the underneath can get cold if the furnace isn't going, and blah, blah, blah. And then that's where your pipes are, and blah, on and on, right? So I lost very little food during that time, though. Because what I had done is I had bought in blocks of ice, and I'd put it in my freezer, and I covered my freezer with, blankets and quilts and comforters to help insulate it. And so, you do what you've got to do, but maybe rethink some things. So if you've got a lot of food in your freezer, if you can can it, if you know how to can it, maybe start canning some of it. If not, go out and get some blocks of ice and rearrange your freezer so that you get those big, not bags of like ice cubes, but big blocks. That's what they did back in the old days. They had ice houses and they had big blocks of ice to keep things cold. So get the big blocks and rearrange your freezer and put big blocks of ice in, and then cover it with, quilts and comforters and blankets and stuff, because that will help insulate it. That will help hold that cold in. And then stock your cupboards with some flashlights and some candles and some matches and lots of batteries and whatnot, so that you can have some light. And draw off some water. So you've got drinking water, and if you've got animals, start getting the food grade buckets and drawing off those 5-gallon pails, and get them drawn off now and stack them. Those food grade pails, the lid fits really tight, so you could draw off water now and stack it outside, store it outside, whatever, for your animals and for your cleaning. And just start thinking, I had to, during that power outage, I was hauling water home in buckets from a pond, and then I was sterilizing it, boiling it, and sterilizing it with, I put a teaspoon of bleach in it, per each gallon, and boiling that to like clean my counters and wash things. And, was it fun? It wasn't bad. It didn't kill me. It certainly could have been much worse. I knew that storm was coming, and what I had done is I knew that storm was coming. I saw it building up on the power lines, and I started drawing off water everywhere. So I used every water jug and anything I could put water in, I did. I filled both sinks and plugged those. I filled my bathtub. I had my kid and my husband and myself all take a quick shower before the power went out. I'm like, hurry up and do what you got to do, just so that we would feel fresh in the morning. You know what I mean? Because I knew we were going to lose it fast. Once everybody was out, I scrubbed that tub real quick and I filled the tub. I filled the tub and I filled my washing machine so that I would have water to utilize for cleaning and things. And that lasted me pretty good. And then I did run out of the water that I had drawn off for all of my cleaning purposes, and I did have to start hauling it from the pond and sterilizing it. If you don't have a gas stove that you can boil water on, get some propane tanks for your grill if you've got a grill. If you don't have a grill, make yourself a little outside fire pit and start collecting a little bit of wood so that you can start a little fire and boil some water that way. But just be creative. Use your heads. Really, just like in the past readings where we got, get your house in order, get your basic needs taken care of. Rethink some things. Just rethink some things. There are these cool lights, and I have them. They look like a light switch, and you mount them to your wall, and you put batteries in them. And when the power's out, you walk over and you flick the switch, and it gives you some light. You don't want to use them all the time. You'll run your battery out. But it's great for putting one in your bathroom, putting one in your bedroom, so that you can see to get ready for bed, or you can see to go into your bathroom. Create a compost and toilets. Pretty easy. It's pretty easy, you guys. You can make one fancy, or you can make one not so fancy, but, take some 2x4s, build a square box, cover it in with some plywood, cut a hole in the top, mount a toilet seat to it, put some hinges on top of that, right? Hinges so that you can lift that whole thing up. Put a bucket in there, use some peat moss, some sawdust, get some lime. There are things like, honestly, I'm so glad I grew up country and I'm glad I grew up in the day that I did, because I didn't grow up having all of these just extra things. We didn't have a generator. We didn't have solar power back then. If we lost power, and living in Maine, we always did, we lost power. That meant flashlights and candles and whatnot. And us kids always thought that was really fun. We liked that. We thought it was great when we lost power. I'm sure my parents didn't think it was so fun with all of us kids, but you can get through it anyways. So just rethink some things. Get your houses in order. Just rethink some things. And yeah, it looks like this 10 days of darkness is going to be all about taking out the old basic technology, the stuff that is actually dangerous. That technology, we know they wanted to use it against us, you guys. They were going to use our technology against us. So it was dangerous, and it was basic. They've kept technology from us for a long time. They've had us on this basic technology. So this 10 days of darkness is about pulling that new technology in, grounding that new technology into Earth, from above, those satellites Space Force brought to us by, our good military. So, yeah, get excited. Don't get scared. Don't worry about it. It does say, yes, I called it right. The path might seem scary, but it's really not. It's really not. When you think about it, you can prep for it. And you can make it work. And it's only 10 days. It's only 10 days. And, depending on how they do it, it might not be a full 10 days in your neighborhood. It might be that one neighborhood loses power, and then another one, or one state, and then another state, and then another state. But it looks like, it's going to take them about 10 days start to finish the process of grounding the new technology into Earth for us. So once that happens, we know. Once they've lost their technology, that's how they move their money around too. And that's how they work against us. Once we've grounded this new technology into Earth, they're screwed. In my humble opinion, we've won then. We've truly won then. And they're screwed. So this is really exciting to me, you guys, and I hope that you found a little value in this. Just, use your, and of course, this is just what I'm getting. This is just what I'm getting. The 10 days of darkness is actually all about grounding the new technology into Earth for us. It's about switching us out of the old systems and into the new. So that's just what I'm getting, at least. So, just use your own discernment and figure out what you need in your house, how much water you might need, and, just rethink a few things. Start hauling out those blankets that you've got stuffed up into some closet somewhere because you never use them, and put them by your freezer. And go to the store now and buy blocks of ice and get them in your freezer now. Rearrange your freezer. Or, and stock up on batteries and candles and the thing, the types of lights where you can use some batteries. And of course, there's always the Coleman lanterns and stuff like that. Use those with caution and care. Be very, very careful when using those types of things. And your candles, obviously. Get some nice candle holders where you'll have safety, right? Here's another thing that we do, and I don't have any right now, and I think I should go out and get some more because I loved these things. I used to have my old porch covered in those cool lawn lights. They look like balls. You can get them like fairies. You can get all of this stuff like that. They charge from the sun. So get some of those things. Set them outside at night. Set them outside during the day. Let them charge up, right? And then come nighttime, bring them into your house. I know there's no place to drive them into the earth, but you set them in a cup and set them around your house. That gives you light. So, be creative, you guys. This is not going to last forever. It's okay. Keep your laundry done up so that you got a good load of, your laundry's done up, and draw off some water. And like I said, get your freezer prepared. Get some easy food, easy eats, stock up on peanut butter and jelly. Mayonnaise for those mayonnaise sandwiches. But, just get some easy eats. Get your water taken care of. Get some batteries. Get some lighting. Be creative. And make sure that you think about how to protect your freezer. And know that it's only 10 days and we'll get through this. Okay, you guys? Anyway, I hope that you found some value in this. And until next time, I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings from me to all of you. All right, take care.